وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُّدَّكِرٍ.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Read Al-Quran the easy way. I welcome you to 39th lesson in which we will study, sun means Shams. Shams means sun, so I prefer Shamsi. So relax and smile and be ready. Avoid all distractions and get that textbook, workbook, pen and everything. You know, in Arabic, interestingly, and that's amazing part of the Arabic, words, simple words, conjunctions, prepositions or whatever you call, like and, so, for, wa is and, fa is so, li is for. These kind of small words are attached directly to nouns or verbs. So here here we have an example, kitabun. Kitabun means a book. So we can have wa kitabun. You don't have to write and space a book like that. You just say wa kitabun and just attach wa to kitab. So wa kitabun becomes and a book. Fa kitabun, so a book. Li kitabin, for a book. Similarly, we attach al, meaning the definite article, to nouns. To nouns only, obviously. You can say al kitab, the book. Al-Kitab meaning the book. But when we attach this al to different words that start with different sounds or different makharij, then a small interesting case arises. For example, take Al-Rahim. Can you say Al-Rahim easily? Al-Rahim? Not really, because lam, the makhraj of lam, makhraj means the place where the pronunciation of lam comes out or the sound of lam comes out. Al and ar, both of them are the same. Both of them use the tongue tip. Al, ar. So when you say Al-Rahim, now the makhraj, the places are conflicting. In that case, Arabic has a very interesting, beautiful, simple rule. What you do is Al-Rahim, and you want to attach them also to make life simple in writing and also in reading. So when you attach them, lam loses its sound, so its sign is gone. So al, because lam is conflicting with r, so lam says take my sound and give it to ra. So it gives its sound to ra. So instead of al-Rahim, it becomes ar-Rahim. Easy to say. And in writing, al is also maintained there. So when you read it, you know that it is for the definite article, the merciful. So in simple terms, lam stays there, but it gives its sound, it sacrifices itself for the sake of our ease of reading. It becomes ar-Rahim. Lam is sacrificing itself and giving its sound to ra. So this kind of sacrifice of lam is there for all these tongue tip letters. You see, that's why that's another benefit of learning the letters through makharij. So we said tongue has many, 12 from the tip, ta, the, wa, ta, the, ta, za, sa, sa, la, na, ra, all of them. When al joins with any of them, or any word, any noun that starts with any of them, then lam is sacrificed. Just like instead of saying Al-Rahim, it becomes Ar-Rahim. Al-Thabit, it becomes Al-Thabit, and so on. We will see a lot of examples. But two more, Sheen. From this side, we have Sheen and God. These two also are Shamsi letters. Why? Because in saying Sh and then Al, see, Al means the tongue is touching, getting curved to the top, whereas Sheen means your tongue has to be flat. So in these two also, for similar reasons, we have included this. The Arabic language has included these two letters in Shamsi. So in total, there are 12 from this side. All of these tongue tip letters are Shamsi letters, and sheen and dad, 2 more are Shamsi letters. So total 14 letters are Shamsi letters. By the way, sheen is the word which is for Shams also. Sheen is the letter Sheen is the letter which is used for Shams. Shams means sun, and you say Al-Shams. No, you don't say Al-Shams, you say Ash-Shams. So all these 14 letters are called Shamsi letters, sun letters. Okay? And there is another interesting thing here. Similar pairs are also Shamsi letters, as you can see there. Ta, tha, da, dal, zal, raza, and so on, except ayn and ghain. That's very interesting, and for that you can see another clip on more explanation about Shamsi letters. I don't want to give too much logic here. If you're interested, and I encourage you to watch separate clip. So here we have Al-Shams. Instead of saying Al-Shams, which is difficult to say, Lam is sacrificing its sound and giving its sound to Sheen, and it stays there. So Ash-Shams means the sun, and similarly Wash-Shams means and the sun. The alif, you know, is like emergency hamza. The hamza there, the Ash-Shams is like emergency hamza, which also is not read when you join it. So Wash-Shams and the sun, Fash-Shams, so the sun. I don't want you to be too much drowned into the logic. Just use a simple rule there, extremely simple rule, which is when you have, you know, for example, Wash-Shams. So when you have, you don't read Wa-Shams. Why? Because when mad is followed by a shadda sign, then you jump and help shadda sign. You see, shadda is stronger than sukun, and sukun is stronger than the mad. So shadda is also stronger than the mad. So instead of saying Wa-Shamsa, you just say Wash-Shamsa. This is, remember that, you know, who is a strong graph. And the second thing that you have to remember is no sign, no sound. So in Wash-Shams, you don't see a sign on alif, a sign on lam, so you don't read it. So just simplest rule is you just jump from the letter which has haraka to the shadda. So Wash-Shams. Similarly, Fash-Shams. Or in the last line, وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. You see, after lu, you all the way jump to sad. In between, nothing has sign, no sound. So it's the simplest rule. You don't have to understand all that logic at this place if you don't know whether it is noun or verb or whatever. Just use this logic. No sign, no sound, and shadda is the strongest. Simple. So as I said, for more details on the logic of this rule, you can watch a separate presentation on Shamsi and Qamari letters. Very interesting. Okay. So how many times Shamsi letters occur in the Quran? 2,500 times. That is 4 times on every page. So let's try to read those words that occur most frequently in the Quran, or take, you know, good examples and try to read with me, or at least after me. I'm sure you know how to read now. So only thing you have to know is just jump for the shadda. Help shadda or letter with shadda, and that's it. So there's nothing new actually except the application of this rule. So when you have al plus tha, it becomes atta. When you have al plus fi, atti. Al plus thu, attu. So lam is sacrificed in all these cases, and you just jump to help shadda. No sign, no sound. So can you read this one? وَالثَّمَرَاتِ. You don't say wa thamara, you don't take, you know, as I said, you don't have time to stretch wa, you know, by the time the tha will die. So you have to help tha, because asking for help, shadda is, you know, stronger help sign. So you got to help. So just jump to tha. What? And in between you don't read alif, and you don't read lam also, because it has no sign. So what? And the rest is all you have been reading. وَالثَّمَرَاتِ, ra is thick. So there you have the notations that you don't read alif because tha is asking for help, and you don't read lam because lam has no sign. So always this alif and lam, alif and lam, alif and lam in all these examples of Shamsi, you will not read them. All of these. Very simple. وَالثَّمَرَاتِ. What is this? وعلى الثلاثة. And here is a very important rule. Whenever you have alif, starting in the beginning between two words like at-thalatha, you just have to join those two words. And that's another amazing part of the Arabic. You don't have to even stop there, وَعَلَى الثَّلَاثَةِ. No, not like other languages. MashaAllah. It's again very interesting, smooth reading. So even you join the words. So here, as you see in the explanation, ya af'ala has no sign, no sign, no sound. And alif and lam, no sign, no sound. You just jump to from lam all the way to tha. وَعَلَى الثَّلَاثَةِ وَعَلَى الثَّلَاثَةِ. Similarly here. بِالْقَوْلِ الثَّابِتِ. From bilqawli, lith and alif and lam are not pronounced, not read. So bilqawli thabiti, bilqawli thabiti. Okay, alif is not whenever alif is in the starting between two words, it is not read anyway, and the words are joined, So remember this fluency rule. Whenever two words are there and the second word starts with alif, that means you just join them. بالقول الثابت. Revise. والثمرات وعلى الثلاثة بالقول الثابت. Now let's take the second word. We'll take one word, one from each of these words. So letters, one letter. Second letter is dal. Al plus dal is adda. Okay, adda. Let's see application of dal. Can you read it? للذكر. Lam has no sign, no sound. للذكر من الذهب. من الذهب. And you can again here say that al-dhahab, alif is there after alif, but the alif is in beginning of the word and it has no sign, and the shadda is calling for help, so you just jump for helping shadda. Min al-dhahab. You don't say min al-dhahab. You don't have mad across the words anyway. Okay, so you just remember the simple rule, jump to help the shadda. Min al-dhahabi. Can you read this one? غافر الذنب. We will remember learn the other rule later on. Of meme, no small meme. غافر الذنب. So always we have for each letter example within the letter, like lidhikri, and then between two letters like minad dhahabi, ghafir dhambi, all of these. So I will just read them or recite them relatively quickly because they are all simple. So let us revise. lidhikri minad dhahabi ghafir dhambi. Al plus dha means of dha. والظاهر من الظالمين MashaAllah, too many shadda here. إلا الظن إلا الظن. Revise. والظاهر من الظالمين إلا الظن. Al plus ta, atta. Okay. والتين أهل التقوى. تقى, and there's qalqala there, and qaf is high. أهل التقوى أنزلت التوراة. We'll learn the sound later on, the rule that we have applied there. أنزلت التوراة. التوراة. Revise. والتين أهل التقوى. أنزلت التوراة. البس دا الد. والدم. والدم في الدنيا. Just jump, you see. في الدنيا, jump to help the shadda. يوم الدين. يوم الدين. Revise. والدم في الدنيا يوم الدين. البس طاء. الطاء. والطور. والطور. من الطيبات. من الطيبات. والبلد الطيب. والبلد الطيب. You can revise. I will skip these slides. You can study it in the book. البلزة الزا. Okay. والزيتون. والزيتون. وآتوا الزكاة. وآتوا الزكاة. شجرة الزقوم. شجرة الزقوم. You can revise there later. البلس السا. والسماء. You just learn to join the starting words. Then later on you can practice the rest and you know the rest, how to recite the rest. والسماء. خلق السماوات. Kha is high and Qaf is also high, but Lam is low. خلق السماوات. Here's mad. سواء السبيل. سواء السبيل. You can revise later. Al plus sa is as-sa. بالصبر. بالصبر. Ba is qalqala. And sa thick here also, sad. وأقيموا الصلاة. وأقيموا الصلاة. والعمل الصالح. والعمل الصالح. You can revise later on. Al plus la is Allah. والليل. والليل. هو اللطيف. Ta is thick, okay. هو اللطيف. ولهم اللعنة. ولهم اللعنة. Just remember to join the two words, and this alif lam occurs only in the beginning of the word. Only in the beginning of the word. You can revise later on. Al-pasna anna. وَالنَّهَارِ. وَالنَّهَارِ. رَبِّ النَّاسِ. Ra is thick. رَبِّ النَّاسِ. عذاب النار. عذاب النار. You can revise later on. Let's say al plus ra, ar-ra. والروح, ra is thick. والروح هو الرحمن. هو الرحمن, ra is thick, but ma is not thick. هو الرحمن, no, don't say. هو الرحمن. آمن الرسول, ra is thick here. آمن الرسول. You can revise later on. Al plus sha is asha, and the famous is shamsi letter washamsi. والشمس من الشيطان. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان. من الشيطان. حب الشهوات. حب الشهوات. البلس ضاء is الضاء. Okay. والضحى. والضحى. في الضلالة. في الضلالة غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ولا الضالين. Okay, so you can learn this, and I told you this alif lam occurs only in the beginning of words, not inside the words or ending. So here is the list where lam is in between, in between or at the end, where you don't apply that. And there will be signs. Here there are signs on lam, so sign means sound. No sign, no sound. Very simple. So let's write the most common words like ad-dunya. Ad-dunya means the world. Okay, ad-dunya. Alif, dal, dhamma, ad-dunya. Okay, very simple. I'm going quick here because this lesson is getting too long because of practice. As-samawati. As-samawati. Okay, or you don't have that alif there. An-nari. As-samawat means skies. An-nar is fire, the fire. An-nar, the fire. An-nari or an-nara, depending on the context. Adhabun is punishment. Adhabun. Adhabun, punishment. Okay. Before we go, let's take spoken Arabic. An means about or with. Okay. So radiyallahu anhu, may Allah be pleased with him. An means with here. There are other meanings also. Anhu, with him. Anhum, with them. Anka, ankum. Anni, anna. Anha. You have been learning who, whom. Just replace all that with an, and it becomes anhu, anhum. Can you repeat after me? Anhu, anhum, anka, ankum, anni, anna, anha. Anhu, anhum, anka, ankum, anni, anna, anha. That's it for now. Inshallah, we'll see you in the next lesson. Inshallah, by now you have learned to recite words that approximately come in the Quran 34,300 times, and the meanings of words of almost 27,700 times that occur in the Quran, approximately 27,700 times. So practice it again and again, and inshallah see you in the next class. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum. Learn to read Al-Quran, learn Tajweed, understand Al-Quran and memorize it using easy, scientific and interactive methods. Get ebooks, videos, audios, posters, PowerPoint files, app links for different courses. We have specialized Montessori materials and games for making the Quran easy for kids, and a Teachers Resource Center too. Get personalized one-to-one online courses that suit your needs from expert teachers. For free trial, write to admin@understandquran.com or visit understandquran.com. Wassalamu alaikum